Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to a very special edition of this program. I'm talking to Matt Cardona, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You're supposed to compete on June 11th at Alwayz Ready, your own pay-per-view. But recently you announced you needed surgery, and clear as day, there you are with that injury. How are you feeling right now?
First of all, let me say a couple of things. One, didn't we just do this? Didn't you just interview me?
2
Am
weeks
I the
ago.
talk of the wrestling town that you need me back to back? Is Nick Aldis so unimportant that you need me twice before the pay-per-view?
I had Nick Aldis yesterday, and he definitely had some things to say about you and your injury.
Okay, first of all, Nick Aldis is so upset that he can't get his hands on me. I know he just wants to punch me right in the mouth. He won't be able to do it at Alwayz Ready. If he does, he'll be sued. I will get Michael Dawkins on him, Mark Sterling, my two lawyers on him, because this will not be a match. There will be no match. And my second thing I want to say is, are those a bunch of classic cards? Is this a real backdrop? Is this a green screen? What do you got behind you here?
This is a real backdrop. All my I have classic cards. So many of them.
Wow.
I have abundance. And
I'm impressed. It looks nice.
Thank you. On some days when you have children, you need to entertain them. And I was like,
Sure.
I need a new background. Can you help me out, kids? Here we
Wow.
are.
Well, it looks good.
Well, thank you very much. I don't have championship belts behind me, but I do have classic Hulk Hogan's and King Kong Bundy's and Dusty Rhodes over here with Sweet Sapphire.
All right. So like you said, you just interviewed me. I was surprised when I saw this invitation. Like you want me that badly. I'm the talk of the wrestling town.
You are the talk. And that's why I was very surprised, that you answered me. And I interviewed you 2 weeks ago. This is before you announced you were injured. This is before you had your surgery. So I had that in the can, and I'm like, I'm going to release that the week of Alwayz Ready, build up anticipation.
Sure.
Well, last week you announced you were injured. Then you got surgery. So a little outdated. So the information is there about how you were going to compete in Nick Aldis, your championship belt. It's your own pay-per-view. You don't like Revenge of the Taker pay-per-view. We talked about a lot of good stuff. But yet here we are now talking about something more important is your health. Because obviously in wrestling, it's important to go out there and wrestle. We saw Cody Rhodes pull this off at Hell in a Cell recently when the man went out there and he probably shouldn't have been wrestling, and he did. Here you are now, and you just kind of said it. You're not going to wrestle Nick Aldis at Alwayz Ready.
I mean, it's not my choice. I mean, I didn't walk into that GCW show last Saturday in Vegas saying, I can't wait to tear my bicep tonight. That wasn't part of the plan. Stuff happens. Life happens. There is no good time to get injured. Certainly, this is the absolute worst time to get injured. I saw two doctors, one surgeon. I told myself, hey, let's see what the majority says. And all three said surgery. Of course, old school thinking in me. I want to tape it up and just go out there. It's just not worth it. It's not safe. I want to be doing this for a really, really long time. It's unfortunate that Alwayz Ready, like you said, a pay-per-view named after me. It's my show. I was supposed to defend the world's heavyweight championship on it, and I will not be able to compete. I will be there. I will walk down that aisle. I will have the 10 pounds of gold in my hand. Will I walk out with the 10 pounds of gold? That's up to Billy Corgan. I can't make a decision for him. I don't know the plan. I don't have the pencil. We'll see what happens. I'm always ready, even with this injury.
So what is your recovery time on an injury like that?
I've been told 3 to 5 months. I'm obviously shooting for 3 months, but I don't want to rush before I'm ready. I want to make sure that I'm 100% before I get in the ring. But it's not like I'm just taking this 3 or 5 month vacation. I'm still making towns. Last weekend, I did 2 shows. I didn't wrestle, but I made appearances, signed some autographs, and I'll continue to do that all summer long, whether it be conventions or wrestling shows, NWA, Impact, GCW. I'm still going to be everywhere, just not lacing up those boots.
Of course. And, you're obviously a huge wrestling fan as well. And this kind of reminds me of the time Steve Austin was dropped on his head and he didn't wrestle for 3 to 4 months, but yet he was still making towns, going to shows, still representing, still showing off his skills. And I think as someone like you could obviously do this as well, because you have the gift of gab as well, which is a good thing to have. But how are you emotionally right now? Because you brought up that this pay-per-view is named after you. It was headlined by you. And now you might have to head into this with a championship and leave without a championship.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when this first happened, it sucked. It still sucks, right? But I can't beat myself up about it over and over and over. We got the surgery as soon as possible, and now the recovery starts. The comeback starts, and it's unfortunate that I don't get to compete for the championship and defend the championship. Because trust me, Nick Aldis wants to punch me in the face. I want to punch him right in the face too, and that's just not going to happen on Saturday. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there is going to be some sort of match for the title. I don't know if I'm going to have to give up the title. I'm prepared to do so. I'm a fighting champion, and I will not be able to defend it all summer. And I get it. And I've been saying all along, I want to be the face of the company. I want to be the face of the NWA. I want to bring this title all over. And while I still can bring it all over the place, I won't be able to defend it. So we'll see what Billy says. But I'll tell you what, when I got that NWA title, when I beat Trevor Murdoch, that thing was brand spanking new. Not a scratch on it. You look at it now, scratches, dents, the gold is fading up because I bring it everywhere. I'm a proud champ. I bring it out with me to all my shows. I bring it to all my conventions. It's in my sweaty gear bag. It stinks. It's disgusting. And that's how the NWA World's title should be. We'll see what Billy wants to do with it.
Now, talking about Nick Aldis for a second, he said, this is, these are his words, not mine. This is karma for you. Karma. What do you have to say to that?
I feel he truly believes that. I don't know if karma is the right word. I mean, what did I do wrong? I'm the good guy here. Nick, he's trying to fool the NWA universe that he really cares about them. He cares about the company, he cares about the title. He cares about himself. He cares about his bank account. He cares about being the champion. And I respect that, but don't try to hide it. Nick Aldis is somebody who took the NWA title and he ran with it. He brought it to All In. He made it a household name. You mentioned Cody Rhodes before. He beat Cody to get it back. Nick brought some prestige back to that title. And for a long time, you said NWA champion, you just pictured Nick Aldis. He carried himself like a champion with those custom suits. And he'd be a great champion. And he was a great champion, but it's my time now. And now, unfortunately, I cannot defend it. So if I have to relinquish the title, if someone else has to fill my shoes, so to speak, good luck. Because once I'm healed, if I'm not the champion, I'm coming back for it.
Yeah, he did not have many kind words to say to you when I interviewed him. And I was thinking to myself, oh, he's trying to convince me and the audience that, this is a wrestling match and we're going to fight. And then I kept listening to him and kept talking about you. And I'm like, I don't think he likes Matt Cardona.
And that's fine. You listen, this is not show friends. It's show business. And I understand his point of view. NWA was his baby. He was the face, the poster boy. I walk in, right? And I just take the title. I go right into that main event scene. And it wasn't just him that I annoyed. It was all the boys in the back. They're thinking I was there to take their spot. And I took their spot. I had my own damn spot. They can have their spots. I don't want your spot. I have my own damn spot. It's not my fault that the people gravitate towards me, whether they love me or hate me, whether they, want to see me get my ass kicked or see me kick ass. The people are invested in me. And Nick is smart to want to wrestle me, to leech off me, get some of my buzz. And we had a great match. The last match we had for the title. Some may say that he should have won the match. Maybe people think I tapped out. If you watch the footage, I was really just trying to get the crowd to cheer for me. Always ready.
Right.
Always ready. I wasn't tapping out. But we'll see. I mean, I don't have anything bad personally to say about Nick. But professionally, I don't like what he's doing. He's trying to con these people. I'm the real savior of NWA. I'm the one who really cares for NWA. Nick doesn't. He just cares about himself and his bank account.
Yeah, one more time about him. He brought up politics. He says the only reason this pay-per-view was ever going to be named after you was because you use politics with Billy and cozied up to the boss. And I guess, first off, it's not like anyone who's ever been the main event starred wasn't not cozying up, but talking to the boss. It's a history. Look at Hogan and Vince and Bischoff and Hogan, everywhere you look, it's happened. So that is a little strange to me, but yet he's very offended by that.
I mean, I can't picture National Treasure being a catchy pay-per-view name, but maybe it will be one day. Maybe I have to hand over this title. Maybe Nick wins some like giant battle royal for it. And maybe the next pay-per-view is called National Treasure. And then what's going to happen then? I'm going to be cleared and I'm going to come and take my title back.
I can't wait. Can't wait for that. Because June 11th, Alwayz Ready. There is so much anticipation behind this, but yet Twitter is always going to be Twitter. And right now, everyone believes that everything is a work. And some people believe that your injury is not real.
I mean, listen, I wish that I was just wearing this splint and this sling for fun and that I'd come out there Saturday night in some brown suit with a collarless white dress shirt and say I lost my smile and then turn on Nick and rip this off and beat him up. But that's not going to happen. I really got surgery yesterday. My bicep was torn from the bone. I was in there with that spot monkey, Blake Christian, that unsafe worker. He stiffed me. He took advantage of me in the ring. And I'm going to get my revenge on him too. But this is no game. There's no mind game. There's no plan. I'm legitimately injured. I will be at NWA. But it sucks. I don't know if I'm walking off the title. And that does bother me, but that's life. If Billy decides to strip me for it, strip me because of my injury, I have to respect his decision.
Yeah. You brought up losing your smile. Quick story. I was there live as a kid the night Shawn Michaels lost his smile in Lowell, Massachusetts. And I'm still scarred. I still wake up crying sometimes, screaming about it. And you can see me in the crowd wearing a white hat. Oh yeah. It's again, it scars me just like what's happening with you right now. It's not, again, I'm here talking to you and I only can imagine internally you're trying to fight feelings of, well, this absolutely sucks. Because why wouldn't you think it sucks? But yet you can't do anything about it. You cannot go back in time and change these things. So now you have to move forward and recover, and you'll be back better than ever. And I'm very sorry for what has happened to you because it's your pay-per-view, and yet you are talking about how you have to head in and you came and wrestle.
Yeah, I will still be there. The whole Cardona family will be there. Mike Knox, VSK, Chelsea Green. And we're all prepared. We're all prepared for the decision. Whether it's I'm still the champ or if Billy strips me, we're prepared for whatever. We got a game plan. We got a plan B. I mean, things are not over with me and Nick. They're just not, because like you said, he was talking trash about me. I've been talking trash about him. We're very similar in the sense that we both want that championship. At least I could, admit it. Why won't Nick admit it? Nick tries to put on this facade that he's this nice guy. I'm not pretending to be a nice guy. I'm not trying to please anybody. If you hate me, you hate me. That's great. I'm not trying to prove any doubters wrong. I'm trying to prove myself right. I'm trying to prove that I'm the real world's champion. Nick believes that he's the real world's champion. Well, we're not going to find out at Alwayz Ready because we just found out right now. I'm telling you right now, it's me. I'm the real world's champion. Nick doesn't like that. And, we're not done. This is the beginning of Aldis and Cardona. This is not the final chapter in our story.
And, he also brought up that he is not going to accept someone handing the belt. So you can't show up in your brown suit with a tear in your eye, handing him the championship. He said he will not accept that. And that to me is like, okay, well, what will you accept? Just beating down a man with one arm?
I mean, if he lays hands on me, I will be contacting my attorneys 100%. Because look at me, I'm not medically able to compete.
Right.
I wish I could. I'm not. If it was up to me, like I said, I wouldn't have gotten injured, and I would have went in there Alwayz Ready, and just beat the crap out of Nick Aldis. That's not going to happen. Maybe it'll happen at NWA National Treasure in a couple of months, but it's not happening this Saturday. But I still will be there, and I think the fans should tune in because Billy has a big monumental decision to make. What is he going to do with this NWA World Heavyweight title? If Nick won't accept it, if Billy ships me, then what's going to happen? We're going to find out Saturday. That alone is enough to tune in, besides all the other incredible matches.
Yes, I agree. The anticipation before for your match has now been shifted to what the heck is going to happen with the 10 pounds of gold heading into Alwayz Ready, June 11th on pay-per-view. That is the question, and I think you just brought it up. Like, that's the best way to now. Before it was, hey, this match is great. Now it's, holy crap, what's going to happen? We have to tune in to find out, and I think everyone needs to tune in June 11th, Alwayz Ready on pay-per-view, NWA. We're going to find out. Will we have you lose your smile? Will you have to be held down or stripped of the championship? Security will carry you out screaming. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that's the best part about this pay-per-view now more than anything. Of course, you have the undercard delivering as well, but what the hell is going to happen with you? Is it going to start the show? Is it going to end the show? I don't know.
I don't know. I got my flight. I will be there. I would not miss that pay-per-view for the world. At one point, I thought I was going to have to drive from Florida to Tennessee because I wouldn't be able to fly. There's no way I'm missing that show. And I can't wait to see what Billy does with this title. As a fan, I'm excited. And I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared for the worst. But ultimately, it's his company, his decision. He knows what's best for business. And so do I. So I respect Billy's decision. And if Nick, wants to fight for the title, he's not going to be able to fight me. So.
All right. So would you accept a stand-in to represent you as the champion until you're ready to come back?
Like an interim champion?
Yes.
I think Mike Knox would be a great interim champion. VSK, great interim champion. Maybe Brian Myers would bring him back. But if Nick doesn't want the title, first of all, he does. Okay. This is bullshit. Nick wants that title any way he can get it. He's a fraud. He's a phony. And it's not like the people haven't seen this. Do you guys remember Nick from a year ago? Not even a year ago. 6-7 months ago. He's not a good guy. He's a sleazeball. He's selfish. And I can't believe he's got the NWA universe fooled. It's unbelievable what he's doing.
Well, folks, we're going to have to tune in to June 11th, Alwayz Ready Saturday, to find out what the heck is going to happen with that championship belt. I'm excited. I still am. My God, 2 weeks ago when I talked to you, and now I'm talking to you again, and the demeanor is completely different, and I don't want to keep having the pity party, but I feel bad. I honestly feel bad for you. This sucks for you.
Well, listen, you shouldn't feel bad because I'm going to make the most of it like I do with everything. I'm going to turn this negative into a positive. I'm not missing dates. I'm still making towns, still signing autographs. I just won't be lacing up the boots for the summer. That's it.
All right, folks, there you go. His words. So tune in. June 11th, Alwayz Ready, NWA pay-per-view. I'm excited. He'll be there. Nick Aldis will be there. But what the heck is going to happen? I'm excited. Folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.